Welcome back to the morning show. Yesterday, the Nobel Prize went to LIGO black hole research.
What exactly is that? We're learning about that today with Jeff Filippini from the U of I Physics Department. Welcome, Jeff. Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, you brought a contraption.
I always like to bring contraptions. This
We
one we
love
sort
it,
of
love it.
dug out of the basement in the physics building.
So does it work is the question. No, I'm just kidding.
That was going to be my question.
Okay, so the Nobel Prize yesterday was given out to a project I don't work on, but I'm very excited about. It's called LIGO, Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. So I brought a laser interferometer, and we'll talk about gravitational waves for a second. So
You're already...
we'll get there. The way, so what these folks did was, so Albert Einstein about 100 years ago had these new ideas about how gravity works, general relativity. There are folks here at U of I who are experts in this, and his idea was, the crude analogy is usually you imagine that space and time are some kind of like rubber sheet that can be stretched and changed. So heavy things distort space and time.
Right.
And one of the things he predicted was that you can have waves, like ripples in a pond. So ripples in space itself. Like you drop a rock in a pond and little ripples go out.
Right. Okay.
Gravitational waves, so waves in space-time. And what these look like, if I can have the two of you help.
Sure.
So I need two of you to hold sideways, two of you to hold top and bottom.
Oh, okay, wait.
So one person this way, one person.
Wait, you're doing, wait, all right.
Okay.
Okay, Kirsty.
One person.
Yeah.
So what this looks like, so the way a gravitational wave works is first it's stretched this way, then stretch that way. Stretch, stretch. So space and, one way at a time. Like one,
this way.
two.
Okay, so I unstretch it?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Out,
oh God.
in and out.
Okay, and then...
In, out, exactly. So it stretches and squashes in the two dimensions. And this is like what the ripple is like traveling through space.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably
so
better than that, though.
Why did I tell you this? So they can... LIGO is this instrument that's people have been developing for decades now. Hundreds, thousands of people have worked on this. 3 of them got the prize, but this is a team of 1,000 people or more. And it works sort of like this. How do you measure these tiny stretches and squashes in space-time? You build a really good ruler. So what they do here is, here I have a laser that fires through a little beam splitter.
Wow.
So the laser goes in, it gets split into 2 beams, bounces off 2 mirrors. So one goes this way into the screen, one goes this way into the screen.
Yeah.
And these 2 waves, if I turn them on, you get a pattern on this screen, which I'm sorry, you might not be able to see. Let's see if it's on. So you get a pattern.
See that?
That there's a bright spot in the middle.
Okay, I see that.
And if you think about the waves, there's sort of this electric field going up and then down, up and then down.
Yeah, it's just
if
like
the ups line up, you get a very bright spot. If an up from one path lines up with a down from the other path, you get a reverse. It's called an interferometer.
Oh, that's so cool.
So this takes advantage of the wave properties of light. And the way this works is, if it's essentially a ruler that measures if the length of these 2 arms is the same. So if I dial very slightly, you can see I can just tiny touches on this dial can change from the middle is bright to the middle is dark.
Oh,
so you can use that like a ruler to measure these distances. And so LIGO built one of these.
Fascinating.
I know, I'm kind of just amazed.
I'm going
just kind of staring at the green
No,
blob.
it's fascinating. Keep going.
So LIGO built one of these things,
Okay.
but they built it, each of these arms here is maybe 4 inches. They built one that's 2.5 miles on each side. They built 2 of them. One in Washington State and one in Louisiana. And the 2 of them are designed with all fancy suspensions to avoid passing trucks rocking the mirrors. And they look for when the 2 arms change length due to a passing gravitational wave. And they detected the first one September 2015. They've now detected 4, and they've detected giant black holes on the other side of the cosmos colliding and sending off ripples in space.
Oh my God.
And this is, it's like developing a new telescope. We don't know what we're going to see. It's a whole new way of observing the universe. And that's why it got the Nobel Prize.
That really paid off.
So
yes.
cool.
This was decades of effort. It's an incredible experimental effort.
Would you say it's a prized possession then?
I don't know if I'd say that.
No, Central Illinois? Come on, Jeff. Jeff loves the
I'm good with puns. I love it.
He does. He really does. Well, thanks, Jeff. That's so awesome. And you know what? This is a great miniature version to show us how that actually works. Because you hear about Nobel Prize, but you don't actually probably understand it. I mean, at least I didn't. But thanks, Jeff, for giving us this.
Thanks for having me.
If you have questions, you and Nadia and Matt, if you guys want questions sent to you.
We love questions. We love to get ideas about what to talk about.
Absolutely. Send us them on Facebook.
Contraptions.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, you know what? We'll be right back with more on the morning show.